Hey everybody, what's going on? It's day 14. I just want to apologize for my video last night. Sorry. Man. Okay. Good times. You guys like my tooth that I fucking got knocked out? Gotta go get it fixed, but I've been preoccupied with some other stuff, so whatever. I feel a lot better today. And you know what? I took a bunch of vitamin C. And I think that really helped. Boosted up my immune system. I'm in a good mood today. I did a couple of side jobs today. I didn't say anything to anybody, but there was kind of an issue with my my place that I was staying in because, or I am staying in, but I wasn't sure if I was able to afford it. But I talked to, and I'm renting a room from somebody who I've done work for before and friend of the family. It's one of those deals. I'll tell you this right now. The narcissistic abuse definitely showed itself in this situation, because before today, I was like, ruminating over it and obsessing over it and like, fuck, man, I gotta talk to him and report. Instead of just talking to him. And he was like, dude, why don't you just talk to me? What the hell? It's not a problem. I was like, fuck. So it was a cool little eye-opening experience for me. I realized the devil has dug its heels in deep, but it's all right. We're all gonna get through this, man. We're just gonna keep rolling. It's just not worth it. It's just not fucking worth it, man. It is really not worth it. Like, yeah, I miss my kids, but you know what? I am going to make that Sunday the best damn Sunday that I can. And excuse my language, ladies, sorry, but that bitch can go take a fucking flying fuck for all I care. I have finally been away from her long enough now where I'm just like, man, you brought me nothing but fucking heartache and pain. You brought me all of the negative is just, slowly lifting up, and I'm being more hopeful now, and man, it just feels good. My side job seemed to go a little bit easier. She still tried to text me. She still tried to call me. And I just ignore them, I can't block her, though, because, if one of my kids has an emergency, I just have to be strong. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just being strong. And, it's... when times get tough, you got to step up. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm stepping up. I don't know how I'm going to be tomorrow. I don't know. I could be a fucking blithering mess again tomorrow. Who knows? But I know today I'm not. And I know today I feel good. And I know today is a positive day. And I'm going to make the most out of each day. And I'm going to wake up in the morning with intent to make that day the best day. I'm not quite as angry with people as I was, or frustrated, or annoyed, or short, or whatever. Yeah, there's been some people where I'm just like, dude, you need to figure it out. But for the most part, and I'm not gonna lie, a little attention from some ladies here and there. I don't know if they realize that I'm single or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm acting different. You know what? Maybe it's because I got a certain glow about myself right now. Maybe it's because I'm feeling myself a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because Lord knows, for getting beat down for so many years, you're like, it's like, fuck, man, But, and I know there's going to be shitty days. I know there's going to be issues. I know there's going to be problems. I know I'm going to have, wants, and I'm going to, ruminate over it and stuff. Like, I haven't stopped ruminating about everything. I haven't stopped trying to, like, figure everything out, which it's not able to figure it out, and I know that, and I still do it. Just because, I'll be honest, it's hard for me to accept that somebody could be such a fucking piece of shit. It's really hard for me to accept that. Like, I just don't do things like that. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I mean, you know, I'm being honest, everybody's, you know, fucked somebody over a time or two on, you know, not on purpose, but, like, you made the wrong decisions and shit like that. And, like, I've done my fair share of, like, you know, making bad decisions, not doing the right thing. I mean, fuck, who hasn't, right? But it's how you're accountable for it. It's how you act after the fact. A mistake is already a mistake. A mistake is a thing of the past. You can't redo a mistake. You can only rectify it. You can only make it better. You can only make yourself better. You can only learn and grow from it, right? And, like, if you care about people at all, then you feel bad that you fuck people over. You know, like, there's an inherent feeling that you would have if you have any remorse at all or regret. And not a selfish regret, you know, but like a real regret. Like, you regret hurting that person, not you regret that you didn't get away with it, or you regret, you know, the regret is always self-contained. It's not regret for the other person at all. It's just regret for yourself. Like, yeah, you regret you got caught. You regret you fucking weren't sly about it. You regret that you weren't manipulative enough. You know, like this situation, it's falling back on her fucking, she is falling on her face right now, you know? And rightfully so, man. You deserve it. You fucking deserve it. You know, so next week I'm going to file the appeal. And when I file the fucking appeal, the high court's going to look at it. And they're going to see, because during the restraining order hearing, I had 51 fucking pieces of evidence, 51 videos. And that's not even the text messages, that's just the videos. And the judge said, and it's on record, I'm not looking at all these. You have to. It's the evidence. So what I'm worried about now is I don't want her back. I'm not doing it to lift the restraining. You can even fucking keep the restraining. Well, no, that's a lie. I don't want to keep the restraining order because it affects my criminal history, you know. But I want fair and even and equal access to my children. That's the part that really fucking pisses me off. Like, if you want to be a piece of shit and you want to lie and you want to do all this, fine. But don't fucking include our children, you fucking asshole. Like, the level of anger that I have towards that and resentment that I have towards that and towards her and towards, like, and I still beat myself up constantly. I'm like, fuck, why didn't I fucking call her on her bullshit, you know? Like, why didn't I fucking have her arrested? Like, put a restraining order against her. You know how many times I could have done that? And I didn't. Like, I'm telling you, anybody out there, if you're still in a narcissistically abusive relationship and you're thinking about getting out, if that motherfucker does anything to you that is fucks with your freedom, your right to travel, your right to move, your right to make a decision, your right to, you know, if it's harassment or belittlement or anything, that is a toxic and negative living environment. But at the same time, that is illegal. Okay? That's creating a hostile living environment. It is illegal. It's considered domestic violence. At least in California it is. I don't know about other states, but California, they don't fucking play with the thing. But at the same time, the women, if it's a man who's going through it, like, I've actually seriously considered, sorry to go through so many subjects so quickly, but I've actually considered trying to do some sort of advocacy, I think you call it advocacy, advocating, I guess advocating for men's rights, especially in California. Like, we have no rights when you go into a court. We are, and I saw it, 3 times when I was there, and I've heard countless amounts of stories. The first thing the guy says in California is, "You're gonna lose." One of my good buddies, he goes, "You're gonna lose the first round." It's like, what? No, that shouldn't be how it is. Like, I bleed red, white, and blue. I am diehard. I'm a libertarian. I believe in very little government as possible. But at the same time, I believe that our judicial system, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights is the best documents that have ever been created. They took care of they had fail-safes for everything, except a corrupt government that is only corrupt to the level that is not quite tyranny, but it's almost like unspoken tyranny, if you will. Like, everybody knows the court system, guy's gonna get fucked. Well, that's tyranny. That is a level of tyranny, because if you don't have a right to a fair trial, then it's corrupt. And if it's corrupt, it needs to be fixed, right? I mean, that's how I feel. So I thought about doing some sort of like advocating or something for men. I don't know really how I would even begin to do that, or what I would begin to do, or whatever. I mean, it's got to be something that happens in the making of the laws, and I think the first thing to do is change the perception of men can be victims. I was victimized. Now, here's the deal, okay? If we got in a real fight, if her and I got in a real fight, I'd beat the living fuck out of her, okay? I used to fight in my younger years. I put that away. I still get into occasional spat here and there. But, I mean, like with other males out in public and shit like that. Just, because I don't like the whole, like, oh, you're going to try to pull the machismo thing on me. That shit doesn't work for me. I'm just like, dude, drop the fucking game, all right? Because if you don't drop the game, I'm going to drop you. That's just the way that goes. But 9 times out of 10, they just drop the game. It's like, okay, whatever. But like the famous saying, don't take my kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? But with her, it's a female. I don't hit women. You don't hit women. You don't fucking, you're supposed to open their doors and be very respectful and do all that stuff. Like, that's how I was raised, by my grandparents. Like, my parents didn't give a fuck less, but my grandparents, very traditional, very old-fashioned. They were from the old country, from Italy and from Yugoslavia. You do not disrespect. I'll tell you a real quick story. I'm going to sidetrack even farther, guys. My grandmother, I was 13 years old. My grandmother, she said something to me, and I said, fuck you, when I was 13. My grandfather at the time was probably almost 70. I saw a grown man fly over a recliner, and when I woke up, I was apologizing incessantly, and I'm not joking. He was like, don't you ever talk to a woman that way. Don't ever talk to your grandmother that way. Don't talk to an elder that way. You've lost your mind. You do that shit in front of me again, and I will drop you again. And my grandfather, he didn't talk much. He was a very, docile guy, but holy shit. Turned him over sideways. He laid me to the floor. Slap across the face. Probably got hurt in fucking New York when we were in fucking Vegas. I think it was like the earthquake of 93. Yeah, that was me getting slapped. Any rate, so that's the way I was raised. That's how I had it. So, yeah, I could beat the fuck out of her. I could win. But I'm not going to fight her. I mean, I'm not going to put my hands on her. I'll defend myself. I'll hold her back. I'll do this. I'll do that. That's hence with when I'm up the foot on the fucking arm. But I'm not going to fucking strike her, or fucking body slam her, or fucking, beat her ass. Like, fucking, get the fuck out of here, right? But at the same time, it's like, oh, men can't be abused because if you were abused, like you're bigger and stronger. That doesn't mean you use it, right? I could beat up a little kid. Does that make me fucking, a child abuser? No. I could. It doesn't mean I do it. It's the same thing with women. I mean, just because you can, it doesn't mean you do it. And I think that's the major misconception, is that it's like, oh, well, you're a man, you can do it. Well, no, and a lot of times men, they suffer in silence, right? Like, I suffered, like, I didn't talk to anybody about any of this stuff, really, till the very, very, very end, and it was almost at the complete discard. I didn't talk to anybody about it. I just kept it to myself. And when I started talking about it, and still, I think I said this in the first video, actually. I talk to people about it. I get the same thing. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? They don't understand trauma bonds. They don't understand, reactive abuse. They don't understand, the manipulation and the lying and the games and the false self and, all, like, the whole thing. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They think it's just a regular relationship that's not working out. And that is not even fucking close. You try hard, they try harder to fuck you over. You don't try at all, they try even harder to fuck you over. So what do you have to do? You have to try hard, because if you don't, they're going to fuck you over harder. That's it. That's the crux of it. They're going to fuck you over. It's just a matter of how much you acquiesce to them, to how hard they fuck you over. And they'll fucking drag your dick in the dirt anyway. It blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind. Like, things need to change. Like, with narcissistic personality abuse, like, like I said before, if you've never dealt with it, you don't, if you don't know, you don't know, right? But if you know, you fucking know. And, people say, oh, you're going to take it to your grave and all this kind of shit. Like, I'm going to take the lessons that I learned from this tragedy to my grave, yes. But I'm not going to take the fucking abuse to my grave. Like, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, but somebody who takes it to the grave, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not trying to be victim blaming or any of that bullshit, but you're just weak. You have to strengthen up. Like, you got to be strong to live in this world anyway. And if you're going to let, especially after the fact that you know what you went through, you know what that person's about and what they are, you can't take it personal. It's not you. It has zero to do with you. Like, literally zero to do with you. Like, in the world of being abused by a narcissist. Now, the fact you got entangled with a narcissist, that's got to deal with you. Those are the issues you need to deal with so you don't get entangled with them. But once you are entangled with them, you're fucking prey. And it's not your fault. They look for a certain kind of person. They go after that person, and they don't stop until they get that person. 9 times out of 10, that person's not very hard to get because they look for a certain characteristics. So you need to strengthen up. You need to be a bigger person, and you need to not be that person that attracts narcissistic people. That's it. That's your job. That's your goal. That's my job. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to do now. Fuck all the time wasting crying and doing all this shit. Like, I need to be me, a better person, so I don't attract that shit again. I went through a quarter century with that fucking woman. I wasted a quarter century. I'm not fucking wasting more time than that. Fuck that. I got more time to make up for it. I got shit to do. I got things to enjoy. I spent enough time being miserable. And I spent enough time wallowing in it and being caught up in the drama and all the bullshit and all the fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. Like, the best way you can get them is to just be fucking amazing like you already are. Just be amazing and just show them how fucking amazing you are, and they will just fucking crumble at the heels, and you get to win. Right? Like, yeah, there's trauma bonds. Like, I mean, yes, I still think about her. I miss her, and I do this, and I do the obvious emotions. But then I fucking slap myself upside the head quicker than I get that emotion. I'm like, dude, okay, remember that. Remember that you feel that way? Okay, now remember this. And I think of a shitty situation. I go, oh yeah, I don't want that. Because you know what'll happen? They'll be fucking sweet as shit for, let's say even a month. Which never happened when we were together. But let's just say a month. After that month, what's going to happen? You're back in the dog fight. You're back in the fucking dog house. You're back in you're a piece of dog shit, right? You're nothing. You are nothing to them. You never will be. I never was. I never will be. If I don't know why I'm saying, I'm speaking third person. I wasn't. I was no good for her. She did not give a fuck about me beyond what I could give. The second I wasn't supplying and meeting, in fact, I could meet 9 of the demands. If I didn't meet the 10th one, I didn't meet any of them. So it's an all or nothing, and it's all inclusive. I'm going to fucking take advantage of you completely, or I don't want to take advantage of you at all. Great. Don't take advantage of me at all. See you later. Don't let the door hit you where God split you. Okay? Take it easy. So, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna have bad days. I know I am. But I'll tell you this much: I'm ready for them. I wasn't ready that first week. No, fuck no. I was not ready for that shit. I was fucking miserable. I was a sorry sack of shit that first week, and I was supposed to be. That's where I needed to be. And that day, that worst day, I don't know, day 7, whatever the fuck it was, man, that was a bad day. I fucking cried all day. I pitied myself. Felt so sorry for myself, and oh man, what did I do? And I even debated, I'm not even lying about this, I even debated how I could get her back, how I could make this right. I'm not lying to you. I really debated that. And that, I think, might have been the thing that I was like, holy shit, dude, hold on. You're being an idiot, man. And it just, something clicked. I was like, fuck, I can't be this fucking walling piece of shit, man. I gotta knuckle up a little bit, dude. Where's the fucking fighter in you right now, dude? You're being a fucking, again, excuse my language, a little bitch, dude. You need to knuckle this thing up a little bit, dude. Not even just for yourself, but for your kids, but for yourself. You know what I'm saying? For your kids. You can't be shit to anybody else if you ain't shit to yourself, man. And those fucking soul suckers, they take every bit of anything good that you have, and they suck it right out of you. But let me tell you, it's right there. It's right there. You don't have the time and energy for them, man. I don't have the time and energy for them. Nobody should. Let them fuckers live together. Okay? When nobody else wants them, they'll realize that they just can manipulate and lie and fuck over each other, and the world moves on, dude. Fuck them. Right? So, anyway, I went on quite a bit longer than I thought I was going to or wanted to, but I apologize again for yesterday, but yeah, little joke here and there. And trust me, I can give a joke, I can take a joke. So, have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are. I appreciate all the great compliments. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the well wishes. I really want this community to be there for each other and support each other. Go through this together, right? Power in numbers, man. You're not alone. When you're not alone, it's that much easier. When you can get on here, and it's not even a personal, you're not alone, just read the comments and interact with the comments and interact with people and, throw a thumbs up and do this and do that. Not for ratings and all that. I don't care about all that, guys. I don't care. I just want the subscribers to grow because I want the community to grow, there's power in numbers. We can all overcome this, but individually, it's very hard. I can't imagine, like, all you guys that have left comments that have gone through it, like, you know, this is helping me out immensely, but I'm sure it's doing something for you. And it also helps, like, you know, teaching sometimes helps you learn, right? Because your brain goes off like, oh shit, yeah, that's you know, great point. Oh wow, and, you know, you start thinking about stuff that maybe you blocked out that you shouldn't block out. You should think about, you know. So, anyways, that's kind of the motivation for this for me. I didn't know where the motivation was when I made the first video. It was just, I got to get this shit out of my head, and I had nobody to talk to, so I said, fuck it, I'll talk to here. And I thought, you know what, let me just upload this and let me just see. And I am so fucking overwhelmed, you know, like I really, really am. I thought everybody would be like, fuck this, joke, and just fucking keep scrolling, you know. But anyways, thank you guys very much. Have a great night, great day wherever you're at. Appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you tomorrow.